Hello everybody, I'm here on the Useful Terms Glossary on the Modules page for our second screencast of week 3. And you'll see something familiar here, which is what context is in our class, and generally true everywhere in social terms, but certainly in the sense of humor. But let me scroll up a little bit to something more familiar to you. As you looked hard at the questions in the last set of reading questions, for instance, that appeal to emotion, and of course the best answer was if the audience laughed, the comedian was successful in transmitting that emotion to get the appeal in the minds of the audience. And that's, I think, where we'll start. And if you're looking at Critchley and reviewing what you've been reading in the chapter, you probably remember this section. Laughter is an explosion expressed within the body. Now, of course, we know now appeals to emotion. The audience laughs. The joke landed. There's your emotion. Laughter is actually an emotional reaction, right? And it does kind of connect with credibility and reason as well. And not that subtle a method either, you'll see. But he discusses this in this part of the chapter. He quotes from his sources, like every good scholarly writer does. And as you start reading through this, you'll see that, yeah, laughter's an emotional reaction, but it's also got some argumentative elements, some logic to it. And a good part of it is dealing with the situation and a sense of social critique. So think about it. As you read on through here, you start to see, he quotes a comedian, an English comedian, Eddie Waters, and that the joke has this effect on the situation, common sense, and so on, changes the situation by the fact that we're joking about it. It changes the lens on which people can view the situation as members of the audience. It can change the situation in which we find ourselves and can even have a critical function with respect to society. Here's where that appeal to emotion and appeal to reason come together, that there is an argument going on. It's showing you, at least subtly, some argument about the situation. And we'll reveal those arguments as we go deeper. In particular, jokes do more of it than others. And this will come in handy and as far as looking at ethnic humor, but let me go a little deeper. And this is the last section of the chapter you need to read, at least for now. And as you wrap up, in other words, humor can reveal us to be the persons that, frankly, we would rather not be. In other words, it critiques what we think is normal, social norms, what we think about the way things are, and humor suggesting that maybe the way things are is not so ideal. So there's your social critique element. So that's enough of that for now. Keep that in mind, and I kind of guide you through that a little bit in the reading tips on the chapter. So be sure to focus on that section right there. You'll need it for the reading questions. Anyway, as we wrap up the week and you get to your second discussion posting and Saturday, because of the holiday on Friday. Yeah, I know Saturday is actually the 4th, but the holiday is on the 3rd, so sue me. So anyway, get to it when you can. Obviously, you could do it on Thursday if you've got big plans for the weekend. But yeah, you'll need to connect with that. Okay? Have fun with this. And have a great weekend and stay safe.